All right, everybody, welcome to the final workout for these repeats. We have our back and leg day. Start with a roller if you have one. Hopefully, you have one by now. I have this crazy bumpy one. You do not need one. It really just depends on how much you've been rolling. I would not recommend starting with a crazy bumpy one. I'm actually quite sore in my back from our 3 to 5 day. So going those maximum reps definitely made a big difference on how I've been feeling. So I'm just going to take a little time here, get adjusted, stretch a little bit, get the fascia released, and gear up for more back. So just move a teeny bit around however feels comfortable for you. Right now, I'm just enjoying taking placement with the roller. So maybe moving a teeny bit, then arching myself back. So getting some back extension over the roller. You want to keep your core gently flexed so that you have good protection for the low back. And then just go as high as feels comfortable for you. All the way up into those traps. And then back and forth a few times if it feels good. Oof. It's a noisy one. Okay, and then go ahead and set it sideways or long ways for the spine. My preference would be to have the longer guy here, but you can lift your hips. That's totally fine. Let your head drop back or rest on the roller and then open the arms. Now we're going to roll gently left and right, just allowing the shoulders to drive back, shoulder blades to peel together. Get those little knots hopefully worked out just a bit. Perfect. All right. Go ahead and that's our roller portion. And then settle into your child's pose. So really reach the arms forward nice and far. Settle those hips back. Take whatever little shifts and twists and rotations and movements that feel good for your upper back, your low back, your mid back. Take those deep breaths. I think a lot of times we forget just how important breath goes. Come on up to your hands and knees and just keep kind of going free form through the spine. But how much the breath plays into what's going on in the back, in the ribs. We can kind of start creating unhealthy body movements or body patterns, and how we breathe can be a factor in what's going on. All right, so I'm going to shift my right arm forward, my left arm back. Just take a little cross, and then other side, left arm forward and across, the right arm back. Back to the right side, forward, the right side of my hips hinge, over to the right, now left. Good. Okay, go ahead and bring your right leg forward, slide through, bounce a couple times, get that hip flexor open. And then we're going to go ahead and face the front. Get into the groin. And then we'll go on to the other side. Other leg is forward. Bounce in a couple times. Face the front. Leg out to the side. Get that inner thigh. Okay, let's go into our nice yogi squat. Take whatever you need to get there. So keep shifting and adjusting and loosening from the top with your legs a little straighter, and then slowly, with or without assistance. So sometimes maybe it's your first low squat of the day, or if you haven't been moving for a bit and you need to get some movement going, slide in here. Hold a little bit of support if you need from those weights. All right, so I have a set of 30s, a set of 8s, and a set of 15s, plus my mini band. And we're going to go ahead and get rolling on that first order of business and go into our lateral taps. All right, shoulders back and down, belly's gonna stay lifted, knees and toes line up, and then you're gonna pull to the side. 430, 3, 4. Trying to keep the pelvis level and stable. Lots of core flexion. 20. Lots of work in that supporting leg. See how much you are able to hold flexion on that core. 3, 2, 1. All right, now the other side. Find the four corners of your foot. Line it up. No shifting in the hips. You're in control of that band slapping back. So try not to let it just whiplash you over. 3, 2, and 1. Back to the first side. We're going to kick straight back. 2, 3, 4. So now we're getting into that meatier part of the glute, flexing through glute maximus. You're using the core flexion so that you have that pelvis. Ooh, there's 30 for me. You have the pelvis really stable, and you just have that pull to the glute max. So you're getting good hip mobility while building strength. Whew. First round is always a doozy, waking those guys up. Okay, we get to move the band up above the knees. I liked how we did it last week where we go ahead and go squats to abductions. So we're going to do that again. And we're going to start with 20 squats. Push your band wide with your knees. Sit back and down, using the glutes to push you back to the top. Always flexing through the core, finding that support for the low back. And that again is what makes the pelvis stay neutral to the shoulders, getting the core involved, constantly working. 14. And 20. Stay down. 20 here. 13. Keep the whole foot on the ground. 20. Okay. Now we get to come down and we're going to do our bridge and then our clam. All right. Tension on that band. Tight up through the glutes. I'm going to keep both feet on the ground. 6. Just keep that pelvis in line. 8. Getting that band involved really helps dial in. Keep the work in those glute maxes. 3, 2, 1. Okay, turn over to your side. You're gonna get your clam, pull your feet up. 10, 9, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, good job. Back onto the other side. Feet come up, set into that core. 9, 10. Whew. Okay, we're gonna get those rep ranges, 6 to 12, starting with our reverse grip flies. So we're gonna hinge forward, palms are gonna be up, thumbs facing the thighs. We're trying to find those lats, rhomboids. Feel your triceps a bit. So try to take out any momentum. We're just doing a solid lift. Find that hinge, neutral spine. 4, focus on where you want the work to come from. So your back, the lats. 12. Good job. Okay, take a nice little hinge over those legs. Stretch through one side. You can kind of get into the lats there. Okay, now grab your lighter weights and we're going to do our T raise. Upper back, shoulder girdle. Again, constantly focused on what's pulling. Control that drop. 10. Beautiful. Okie dokie. From there, we have our dead rows, scapula squeezes, and our cactus rotations. Again, getting into that back. Shave the legs. So pretend that that bar, your dumbbells are just shaving on top of the legs. Nice job. Okay, and then I'm going to go back down, hit up my 15s for my scapula squeezes. You can also do these from the ground. I think I mentioned last week, hands and knees, and just getting mobility. So if you find these to be frustrating or difficult, I definitely find them to be difficult. I want to get my elbows moving, but you've really got to just focus on squeezing the scapula together. I want to find those muscles deep inside, underneath the traps, between the shoulder blades. Last one. Okay, bring them up. Elbows come wide, strong through the core, strong through the back. 10, 12. So your back is supporting all the work going on. 11, 12. All right. We're going to be moving that band down. $30 per side. Stabilizing that leg. I do not remember which one I did first. So we're just going to get going. Find that pelvis. Keep it stable. Just get into the work. 30. Other side. Keep checking in with the upper back. Good posture, opening the chest, shoulders rolled back. Keep checking in with the core, supporting, holding that pelvis in place. Three, two, one. Whew. Okay, then our back push. Control each direction. 8, 29, 30. Definitely feeling that big meaty part. Okay, line it up. Check in with that core. Try not to lean away from the push. Four, three, two, one. Whew. Good job. Okay, bring your band up. Find those weighted squats. Getting the help from your band, giving you some good biofeedback, getting the knees to push wide. So a lot of times from that bottom part of the squat, the knees want to kind of fall in. Keep those bands wide. And then you're going to try to remember this feeling, this move, and how everything lines up next time you're unbanded. Okay, now drop and hold. 4, line up shoulders and hips. Sit on your heels. Your entire foot stays on the ground. 20. Whew, good job. All right. Okay, we go down to our glute bridges. If you would prefer to do 10 singles per side, go for it. I'm going to hit 20 doubles. Keep the core active. Here's 10. Keeping focus on the big meaty part of your glutes. So a little bit of push into that band. Keep flexion and tension. 8, 9, 10. Okay. Start on that second side this time. Bring your feet up. Abduct those knees. Find your core, still lining up the pelvis and shoulders. Neutral, neutral, always neutral. 6, 7, 8, 10. All right, other side. Rolling over. Feels tough. 10. All right. Shift back. We're going to get that stretch. Remember, if your low back's feeling it, then you're not holding core enough and you're allowing your pelvis to shift. So that's where we need to get away from. All right. Reverse grip flies, anywhere from 6 to 12. Really watch any sort of momentum. Find the back to get the pull. We're not swinging. We're not rounding. 8. Okay, then we're going to go into that T-raise. Again, forward pretty far here. Find the further forward I get, the more I can really get my shoulder blades to get that big pull together. All right. Then we do our dead rows. Belly strong, spine neutral, neck relaxed. Whew. Then we'll get Scapula Squeeze and Cactus Rotations. Like I said, I'm feeling the heat from the other day. I like that. Continuing to build all in the right places. Lots of support for the shoulders, the chest, helping with posture, everything else. I have to watch so closely. They're so annoying. Sometimes the littlest ones. 5. 12. Reverse. Remember, you can put out as many reps as you would like. The goal is 6 to 12. But depending on what you have access to, maybe you want to go a few more reps. I know I'm taking my sweet time today. So add in if you'd like, or maybe you decided to max out at 6. So stop there and enjoy a little more interim to gear you up for that next set. Okay, last round through. Here we go. Don't forget, we want to keep that pelvis stable and still. 15. Contract and flex, hold that support. 5, 4, 1. That second side is a little pre-fatigued. Learn to tell whether or not you're in neutral. Keep that grab, keep that pull. 3, 2, 1. Okay, kicking it straight back. One at a time. Four, 9, 30. Oh, sheesh. 1, 2, 3. Controlled. 17. Check in with your upper body. 7, 28, 29, 30. Whew. Okay, bring that band up. Good. Nice push into that band. Find that flexion all around the thighs. Good tension into that band. 2, 3, getting closer to getting lower. Check in, scan the body. How are you feeling? Where are you putting the load? What is supporting? And what's doing the work? Let's see. Okay, drop and hold for 20. Working your upper back, your core. And then, of course, those glutes. 3, 2, 1. Whew. Okay. Bridges. Push the knees into the band. Don't lose that tension on your band. Keep pushing into the load. 15, 18, 19, 20. It's about pushing with those glutes, not arching the back. Find the work where you want it. That abductor. 9, 10. Whew. Feet come up, pull that band. 8, 10. Nice work. Okay. I'm going to get rid of my band and start off with those reverse grip slides. Quick figure 4 stretch. All right. Finding that set stance. Don't forget how important your legs still are, holding support for everything that we've got going on in the upper body. All right, there's those. T-raise. Small but mighty. Keep focus on that upper middle back pull. Roll the shoulders back. That external rotation, we don't get into it much in life, so it's good. Bring that into our practice. Dead rows. Locked core, get your stance. Check in, find that back. Oof. Okay. Those crazy little scapula squeezes. No neck. No neck. It's not worth it. Feel it all the way behind your armpit. Then you get to keep that same traction, that same load as you come up and get your cacti. 11, 12. Oh. All right. Great work. Okay, start with a grab on your wall or a post. Open the chest, slide the shoulders, other side. Then grab your door jamb or post or something that'll support you. Let your hips hinge back and just get nice traction. You can feel it through the triceps, your serratus anterior. Sit your hips All right. And then you're going to come on down. We're going to get our thread the needle. Level off. Inhale, bring your right arm up. And then exhale, slide under. Reach through. Kind of push into the left hand so that your hips rotate over to the right. And then we'll slide up. Other side. Inhale that right arm up or left arm up. And then slide under. So you're opening through that shoulder girdle now. Letting it get a little bit of flexion. And then come on down to your belly. And we'll go into our forearms. Or onto our forearms. Bring your elbows tight underneath and a little in front of your shoulders. Go ahead and take a little gentle flexion through the glutes to protect your low back, belly firm, and then pull your chest forward. So lift your head, but tuck your chin back, open through that chest. Left ear to the left shoulder. Right ear to the right shoulder. Push yourself up and back. And we're going to do our cow face. So cross one knee behind the other. Sit back and down. Reach the arms forward. And let the hips just level. Whatever works for you in terms of your flexibility and how this feels for you. I can really feel those abductors get a stretch, as well as one side of my back, my low back. So now we'll switch over to the other side. Other knee crosses around. Sit back. And kind of just let yourself level off, reaching both arms forward. Deep inhale, big hold. And then long, slow exhale. And then we'll hit up our pelvic rotations. So set your feet so that they're hip width. Maybe even taking your right foot a little bit wider toward the edge of your mat. Put your arms out wide with your palms on the ground. The left foot crosses over the right knee. And then you're going to rock out to the right side. If you need to go ahead and go, I think going pretty long today, so feel free to go. Otherwise, we're going to hang out here. I'm going to actually have us hold an entire minute per side. Find your breath. Focus there. Go ahead and sneak in a little meditation for the day as well. Merely just keeping track of your breath, focusing on your inhale and your exhale. All right, there's already a minute. Minute goes so much faster in a stretch than when you're box jumping. Okay, cross your right foot over the left knee. Push the right knee away from you as you lower out to the left. Pulling and dragging your right shoulder into the ground. Now focus your breath. All right, roll yourself in. And let's come up to our yogi squat again. Try to live your day relaxed as much as possible. Life is what it is. It's tough and it's beautiful. There's a lot to be grateful for. There's a lot to be frustrated over. Some people in life are going through rough times. Some are having the best of times. It is what it is. Take a few deep breaths. Just try to manage where you're at, taking time to maybe explore the emotions. I am in a world of working on that. All right, come up, stretch over those hamstrings. So push your hips open, the backs of the knees back behind you. All right, think back over these 4 weeks. I hope that you found some progression or at least some realization, something new you learned about yourself or your workouts. And I will see you again very soon for our next series. Have a good one.